The Mirror That Watches Back. Elena had always loved antiques. She said they had stories in their bones, so when she found the mirror at an estate sale, oval-shaped, its bronze frame laced with ornate vines and roses, the glass slightly tarnished with age, she felt drawn to it instantly. "It's Victorian," the seller told her, "came from an old manor outside the city. They say it belonged to a woman who died staring into it." Eleanor laughed, amused by the flair. "That's the whole point of mirrors, isn't it?" She hung the mirror in her bedroom above her dresser, opposite her bed. From there, she could see herself every morning and every night. She loved the aesthetic. It made the room feel vintage, like a Gothic novel. That night, as she got ready for bed, she glanced into the mirror. Her reflection stood there normally, but something felt strange. She paused. The reflection looked back at her, of course. Same robe, same tousled hair, same tired eyes, and yet, her reflection blinked just a second too late. Eleanor squinted. "Weird," she murmured. She chalked it up to being overtired, took a melatonin gummy, and went to sleep. The dream started that night. She found herself standing in front of the mirror in the dark. The room behind her was gone, replaced by blackness stretching endlessly. Her reflection didn't mirror her. It just stood there, staring. Then it smiled. Not a normal smile. It was a grin too wide, teeth too many. She couldn't move, couldn't speak. Her reflection raised a hand, finger extended, and tapped on the glass from the inside. Tap, tap, tap. She woke up covered in sweat, heart hammering. Over the next few days, Elena noticed more oddities. Her reflection seemed to lag just slightly, like a poorly synced video call. When she brushed her hair, her reflection moved just a second behind. She recorded herself one night, hoping to catch the delay. But when she played back the video, everything looked normal, perfectly synced. "Maybe I need to stop watching horror before bed," she joked to her friend Maya over lunch. "Or maybe you should get rid of that creepy mirror," Maya said, wrinkling her nose. "Seriously, Elle, it gives me bad vibes." Eleanor laughed it off. "You're just jealous because your mirror's from IKEA." But that night, the tapping came again. Tap, tap, tap. Only this time she was awake. She sat up in bed, frozen. The room was silent, save for the ticking of her wall clock. Then, softly, from the direction of the mirror, came another sound. A slow, dragging breath, not hers. She turned on the lamp with shaking hands. The mirror was empty, no reflection. Just black glass. She stood and walked toward it, heart thudding. As she got closer, the reflection returned, but it wasn't quite right. The room behind her in the mirror was slightly different. The bed was unmade when hers wasn't. The curtains were closed when hers were open. And her reflection, it was grinning again. "Stop it," she whispered to herself. "This is in your head." She turned away. Behind her, the mirror's surface rippled. Eleanor started avoiding the bedroom mirror altogether. She covered it with a blanket, pretending it wasn't there, but the tapping continued, always around 3 a.m., always in threes. Tap, tap, tap. She tried sleeping in the living room, but she still heard it. And now there were whispers. They were soft, barely audible, like words spoken through glass underwater. She couldn't make them out, but they came from the mirror's direction every night, growing just a little louder. She called Maya again. "I think something's wrong with the mirror," she said, voice trembling. "You think?" Maya said. "Get, rid, office it." "I tried. I took it down, put it in the closet." There was silence on the line. Then Maya said, "Wait. I thought you said you bought it last weekend." "I did." "Then why is it in your bedroom in all your old photos?" Eleanor froze. She opened her gallery, scrolled back. There it was, photo after photo of her room, months old, the mirror hanging in the exact same place, even though she'd just bought it. Her hands began to shake. That's not possible. That night she dreamed of the mirror again, but this time she was the one on the wrong side. She stood in the mirror world, a cold, dim reflection of her bedroom. The air was heavy, silent. Her real room, bright and warm, was on the other side of the glass, and her reflection was in it, sleeping in her bed, living her life. She banged on the mirror, screamed. But no sound came out. The reflection turned, smiled, and placed its hand on the glass. From Eleanor's side, the mirror had become a wall, unbreakable, eternal. She woke up gasping, tears in her eyes. But she wasn't in her bed. She was standing in front of the mirror, and her hand was on the glass. Panic set in. She rushed to the kitchen and grabbed a hammer. She would break it. She had to. But when she returned, the mirror was gone. In its place was a blank wall. She blinked, rubbed her eyes. No mirror, no frame, nothing. She turned in circles. Where then her phone buzzed. A text from Maya. "Hey, are you okay? I just saw your reflection in my mirror." It waved at me. Eleanor dropped the phone. The tapping started again, not from the wall, from the bathroom. She ran, flung open the door. In the bathroom mirror, her reflection stood smiling. But she wasn't moving. It was watching her. It knew, and now, it had followed her. The house changed after that. Mirrors began to appear where none had been before. A long, vertical mirror in the hallway. A dusty hand mirror on her kitchen table. Even the screen of her turned-off TV showed that too wide grin when she passed by. The reflections never matched. They blinked at the wrong times, moved their fingers just a second too late. Or too early. Or not at all. They were watching. Waiting. Studying. Maya came over uninvited 2 nights later. "I'm not letting you stay here alone. You're not okay." Elena tried to explain, but Maya insisted on sleeping over. That night, Maya woke up screaming. "There was someone in your mirror," she sobbed. "It was you, but not. Its eyes, Elena, your eyes were wrong." Elena finally confessed everything, the estate sale, the dreams, the tapping. "We have to destroy it," Maya whispered. They found the mirror in the attic. It was just there, standing in the corner like it had always belonged. Dust-covered, yet clear as crystal. They lifted it together, hauled it out to the backyard. Elena raised the sledgehammer. "Say goodbye," Maya said. She swung. The hammer shattered through the glass, except it didn't. The impact was real. The sound, the weight, the crack of metal on glass. But the mirror stood intact. Not a single fracture. Then from inside the mirror a second hammer, identical, was lifted. The reflection smiled and swung back. The mirror burst outward in 1,000 shards. Maya screamed. Elena collapsed, eyes wide with horror, because from each of the scattered shards a different version of herself stared out. Some were smiling, some were crying, and one of them, directly below her feet, was still tapping. Tap, tap, tap. After that night, Maya left town. She never returned Eleanor's calls again. As for Eleanor, well, the world grew quieter for her, quieter and full of reflections.